With Monarch Data Prep Studio's Excel Worksheet Design feature, you can easily extract data from worksheets having several levels of data. Templates and traps are easily defined and refined to capture even irregularly structured data. Here we have an Excel workbook showing sales for 3 stores. Aside from the store logo, address, and date, there are different sections representing different transactions. Each section starts with the cashier, receipt number, and discount, followed by the items purchased and the total. The items purchased comprise the detail section. The data above the detail, such as the discount, receipt, and cashier, are considered appends. Lastly, we have the footer, which in our case is the total. The next 2 sheets follow the same structure for the store's transactions. Let's open the file in Excel Worksheet Design. By default, we already have a detail template set up, but we still need to define traps so that Data Prep Studio will know what cell properties to watch out for when capturing data. This includes properties such as the alignment, font, borders, and so on. One way to set traps and capture data is to select one of the detail rows and choose Add Columns. This easily creates a trap for us. The solid triangles that appear in column A of the worksheet mean that a trap is created out of column A and data will be extracted from the marked cells as we see in the preview grid below. Let's clear this out and look at other ways to capture data. We can also choose where we want the trap to be created. For instance, let's try column B, the code field. This time choose Add Trap. As we saw earlier, we now have solid triangles on column B where the trap is based. Next, we choose which columns we want to capture by either using the Add Column button or using the right-click menu. This is useful if we are not getting all the columns as we did with Add Columns. With our detail columns in place, let's select the column headers which are on row 12 and choose Define Headers. The preview grid now has the correct column names. Let's now capture a few of the append fields, starting with the discount. Click on Capture this data as an append, and a new column is now added to the preview grid. Notice, however, that receipt values are also being captured. Here's where the cell information comes into play. Notice that the receipt and discount values have the same settings for the alignment, background, and font properties. However, they differ in terms of the borders property. The receipt has this set to none, and we see this as well in the worksheet where the receipt does not have any border. Row 27, on the other hand, where the discount is, has a bottom border, and this is reflected as well in the cell information. With that, we can refine our trap by going to the Trap tab of our Append template and choosing Edit. Here we see that the trap currently has rules for cell values, font, and alignment. Cell decorations are not considered for now. Under Cell Value Rules, you can specify whether you want a formatted cell to be equal to a specified value, whether you want a cell value to start with, end with, or contain specific text, require a blank or non-blank value, require that it be a number, currency, or date. For strings, have values be in proper, upper, lower, or mixed case, or have the value be within a merged cell. You can also enter a Monarch expression using these standard trap characters. Here we have the alphanumeric, numeric, blank, and non-blank traps. Lastly, you can also set rules using a regex trap expression. There are additional options to specify case sensitivity, or if you want the opposite of what you defined for the rule. You can create multiple rules as well. In the Font tab, you can define rules concerning the name, size, color, and so on, and these can be negated as well. For alignment rules, you can specify the horizontal and vertical alignments you want to watch out for. Right now, there are no cell rules. Notice that when we include cell decorations, the correct discount values are captured. This is because the rule for having a bottom border, as we see in the discount values, is now included in our trap. Now let's rename this template as discount and do the same for the column as well. Next, let's move on to the receipt field, which is also an append. Similar to what we saw earlier, we are also getting the values for both the receipt and discount. Let's refine the template again to include cell decorations, but this time we want to trap cells without bottom borders. Now that we have our receipt values, we can rename the append and the column as receipt. Let's now change the data type of the receipt to character instead of number and do the same for the code we got earlier as well. Finally, let's get the cashier. This time, instead of using the Capture this data as an append option, go to New Template and choose Append. Add the trap based on the cashier value and then choose Add Column to bring the data to the preview grid. As we did with the other appends, let's rename the template and column as Cashier. Lastly, let's get the footer. Choose Footer under New Template. Let's set a trap on the cell with the total text. This time, let's try a value trap. We want to watch out for cells having the word total, so we choose Exact Match. This is what the corresponding rule looks like. Next, select the total value and choose Add Column. Rename the column and we're done. We've now seen how to capture detail, append, and footer data manually and via convenience features as well. We can now bring the data captured from this worksheet into Data Prep Studio's Prepare interface, where we can perform data preparation, transformation, and analysis.